Today, we're diving into a topic that I know has been on repeat, but it's crucial, especially for those of us who've celebrated the Big 5-0. We're chatting about 10 specific foods that are best left off your plate if you're aiming to maintain that youthful vigor and stay in tip-top shape. You've probably heard the saying, food is medicine, right? Well, it's a phrase that holds a ton of truth. What we choose to fuel our bodies with can either be the key to good health or the lock that traps us in a cycle of chronic conditions and illnesses. And I get it, resisting those mouth-watering dishes can be a real challenge, especially when they're your favorites. But here's the deal, if you're committed to aging gracefully and keeping those pesky age-related ailments like high blood pressure and diabetes at bay, it's high time to reconsider your dietary choices. It might be a bit tough initially, but trust me, your future self will thank you for it. So let's get into it. We're going to explore 10 foods that, while they might taste divine, are not the best buddies for those of us over 50 who are striving to keep our health on the straight and narrow. These are the foods that, if consumed regularly, could potentially derail our wellness journey and make us feel older than we really are. Now, I'm not saying you have to eliminate these foods completely from your life. That's not realistic. But being mindful of them and considering healthier alternatives can make a world of difference in how you feel day to day. All right, let's kick off with the first one on our list, soda. Now, soda is a real no-no, especially for those of us over 50 who are keen on keeping our health in check. It's packed with heaps of sugar, a real culprit for conditions like diabetes and other health woes. And it doesn't stop there. Soda is laced with phosphoric acid, a nasty ingredient that can wreak havoc on the calcium in our bones. Regular indulgence in soda, well, that's a ticket to increased risks of heart disease and stroke. The experts at the American Diabetes Association suggest keeping our sugar intake below 10% of our total daily calories. That's roughly 50 grams for the gents and about 40 grams for the ladies. So if you're consuming 2,000 calories a day, a mere 200 grams should be from sugar. It's a small amount, and many of us are overshooting this limit without a second thought. And it's not just about the sugar and the potential weight gain. Soda is brimming with artificial ingredients that can rob your skin of its youthful glow, leaving it looking tired and dull. Plus, contrary to what you might think, soda doesn't hydrate. It does the exact opposite. Craving a healthier alternative? How about a refreshing glass of water with a splash of lemon or lime? Or whip up your own healthy soda with some real fruit juice mixed with sparkling water. Moving on to the second one. Fast food. It's a universal truth. Fast food isn't doing any favors for anyone's health. But for those over 50, it's particularly detrimental. Our bodies evolve as we age, requiring different nutrients and care from our diets. Here's the lowdown on why cutting back on fast food is essential for maintaining good health post-50. Fast food is a calorie bomb. A typical meal from a fast food joint can load you up with more than 1,000 calories. It's also laden with saturated fats and cholesterol, the bad guys that can block your arteries and usher in heart disease. And let's not forget the high sodium content, a real enemy for older adults already at risk for hypertension or high blood pressure. But that's not all. Fast food is seriously lacking in the nutrients vital for our well-being as we age. We're talking about the goodness of fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants usually found in fresh fruits and veggies. So let's be mindful of our choices and opt for meals that are not just tasty but also nourishing and beneficial for our bodies as we journey through the golden years. Let's move on to the third one, processed meats. If you're over 50 and aiming to stay in the pink of health, processed meats are a big no-no. We're talking about sausages, hot dogs, and deli meats. These are notorious for being high in saturated fat and sodium. Plus, they're loaded with nitrates, added to preserve the meat, which have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. Looking for a healthier way to incorporate protein into your meals? Opt for lean cuts of fresh meat like chicken breasts or fish. And don't forget to pile on fresh veggies, fruits, beans, and whole grains. And here's another thing. While processed meats might be a convenient quick fix when you're on the go or pressed for time, they're often high in sugar, elevating your risk of heart disease and diabetes. So let's be wise about our protein sources and choose options that are not only nutritious, but also beneficial for our long-term health. Now, on to the fourth one, white bread and pasta. These have been the go-to staples in many households for years, thanks to their versatility. Pasta is the star in Italian dishes, and white bread. It's the base for sandwiches, toast, croutons, French toast, garlic bread, you name it. But have you ever pondered whether these foods might be impacting your health negatively as you age? White bread and pasta rank high on the glycemic index, causing a rapid spike and subsequent fall in your blood sugar levels. This means you'll find yourself feeling hungry shortly after eating them. And let's be honest, who wants to be hungry all the time? Additionally, studies have shown that white bread can gradually elevate your cholesterol levels. In contrast, whole grains like brown rice or quinoa are a much wiser choice compared to processed ones like white flour or refined grains. They are lower on the glycemic index, meaning they won't cause abrupt spikes in your blood sugar levels or contribute to heart disease risk factors like high cholesterol levels. So let's make a conscious effort to choose whole grains and keep our bodies well-nourished and healthy as we age. The fifth one, dairy products with added sugar. Dairy is well known for being a rich source of calcium and protein, essential for maintaining strong bones. However, many dairy products are also laden with added sugars, posing a significant health concern, especially for those over 50. The solution: always read the ingredients list on your dairy products. If you spot any form of sugar, corn syrup, or evaporated cane juice, it's best to opt for something without added sugars. Unsweetened almond milk is a great alternative. It's light, creamy, and devoid of added sugar. Also, consider sourcing calcium from dark leafy greens like spinach or kale. This way, you get the essential nutrients without the added sugars from dairy products. Next up, number 6, grain-fed red meats. We've often heard about the downsides of red meat, but not all red meat is created equal. There's a stark difference between grain-fed and grass-fed red meat. So fear not, steak lovers. While red meat has been linked to heart disease and cancer, grain-fed red meat is even more concerning. Grain-fed cows are often administered antibiotics and hormones, making their meat more susceptible to containing bacteria and carcinogens, elevating your cancer risk. On the flip side, grass-fed beef, derived from cows that consume their natural diet of grass, has less saturated fat and cholesterol, and is richer in vitamins A, E, and other antioxidants. Moving on to number 7, low-fat or fat-free processed foods. They might be trending, but they might not be your health's best friend. These foods often pack more sugar than their full-fat equivalents, contributing to chronic conditions like obesity and diabetes. They are typically made from refined flours and sugars, offering no protein or fiber, leaving you with empty calories. Plus, removing the fat from foods like cheese or chocolate also strips away essential nutrients like vitamin B12, calcium, and potassium, crucial for maintaining health as we age. Now, number 8, fried foods. They might be a delight to the taste buds, but they're not so friendly to your health. Fried foods are usually high in fat, salt, and sometimes trans fats, a trio you don't want on your plate. They are also calorie-dense, contributing to weight gain. But don't worry, there are healthier ways to enjoy your favorite fried delights. Opt for baking or using an air fryer instead of deep frying in oil. This way, you could savor the taste without compromising your well-being. All right, moving on to number 9, refined grains. These are another group of foods that those over 50 looking to maintain their health should be cautious about. Refined grains undergo a process that turns them into flour, which is then used to make bread, pasta, breakfast cereals, and other baked goodies. However, during this process, they are stripped of their fiber-rich bran and nutrient-packed germ. This means they offer minimal nutrients while loading your diet with carbs and sugar. And finally, number 10, excess sodium. Sodium is essential for the body, but in moderation. Overconsumption of sodium can elevate blood pressure levels, posing risks for heart disease and stroke. The Institute of Medicine advises adults to limit their sodium intake to 2,300 milligrams per day. However, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, most Americans are consuming between 3,400 to 4,700 milligrams daily. This excess sodium often sneaks into our diet through processed foods like canned soups and vegetables, fast foods, restaurant meals with sauces, and frozen dinners with cheese sauce, among other condiments. I hope this list of foods to be mindful after 50 has provided some insights and inspired you to make healthier eating choices. And don't forget to check out our next video about the foods you should be incorporating into your diet if you're over 50. These foods are essential for maintaining a healthy and vibrant life. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to this channel and give the video a like. We look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we continue our journey to healthier living.